Good evening, everyone. I am Corey. This is 20 Sides Every Story. We were talking about blue and red pills there for a minute, but now we're talking about Shadow of the Dragon Queen, the latest module from Wizards of the Coast for the Dungeons and Dragons 5e. And getting pretty close to not being able to say that anymore. So we are smack in the middle of our adventure. The characters have found their way to Kalaman after helping the citizens of a small town called Vogler, a small fishing town, escape the Red Dragon army, who is slowly moving into the plains of Solemnia. Inside Kalaman, they have talked to the city leadership, who have enlisted them to become sort of special forces within the Kalaman militia. And so they are tasked with various things through a friend of theirs who came with them to Vogler and who is himself in the process of becoming um, a knight of Solemnia. His name is Darrett. You may hear me call him other things by the end of the evening, but he is sometimes with the party, but often he's just the one communicating. In their last session, the group discovered, or they went out to contact a gnome inventor who had invented some things which the characters had already encountered, including a flame throwing machine of war that looked a lot like a dragon, which was one of the primary ways that Vogler was destroyed. Um, the Tatana is her name, and she was more than willing to come back with the characters to Kalaman in order to help the militia um, uh, prepare for what might be a confrontation um, uh, with the Red Dragon army. Um, in that, though, they did. Uh, they got a small um, device, which is called a far gap, right?
Sounds correct.
Like this, yeah, far gap. So, which is it's a sort of like a backpack, and an individual can talk to a person with a paired backpack. They you gave one pair to Darrett, right? One of the pair, and then you have the other. Who has it? See,
Think
I think it was Miranda.
am I still holding it? I think I'm holding it still, yeah.
okay. So
We want
probably not a big
Miranda to
deal,
have
but
it so she can yell at him if she needs to. If she needs to yell at you.
Mhm.
um,
Tone.
So well, I'll introduce the other casts as they come up in the story. Most notable that's going to play a little bit of a big part tonight is Raven, who is the mayor of Vogler. The people of Vogler, the fishing village that I mentioned earlier, have are helping Kalaman as best they can. Some have enlisted in the militia, and Mayor Raven is not is one of them, and so she'll come up a bit tonight. But now I will let the characters introduce themselves. If you just want to tell a little bit about um, your character and maybe just something about what their current state of mind is. They for I don't I may have mentioned this at the end of the last episode, but the characters are now all level 5. That was something that happened sort of in between the sessions. And so yeah, let's start. David, would you like to go first?
Absolutely. Hello, I am David, and I am playing Cass, a human rogue. And Cass, at this point, is still hoping to try to swipe the schematics for a flying machine that our gnome friend has drafted, but I was unable to grab while at her workshop. Also is very interested in trying to learn more about the Consaldi character that Darrett mentioned to us, who might know a little bit more than she should know about the enemy terminology and such. So happy to have found Cudgel alive last time, and again, just kind of has a few of their own plans in the works, but really always feels better when safely back behind the walls of Calaman.
Okay. And Cudgel is one of the individuals they met in Vogler, thought to be dead, and Cass's backstory has a little bit of a connected relationship to Cudgel as well. We'll move over to Daw, please.
Hi, I'm Dawson. I am playing Kato, level 5 human paladin. I'd say for his current state of mind, well, one, he is glad to be back in Kalaman as well, but he is looking forward to speaking with Cudgel, just to figure out more about what happened after Vogler, and maybe get some information on what happened to people they may have lost in the city.
Mhm.
When she has time for a discussion.
Sure. Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I am playing Miranda. She's a level 5 human sorcerer. And state of mind, she's feeling a little suspicious of Cass and what's going on with their whole situation. Um, Feels like there's more to their story than they're letting on. But that's kind of a secondary worry. She's still feeling more worried about all of the God related happenings with the other members of the party, and just kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop with whatever attack is going to happen on the city. So she's feeling very anxious right now. If you imagine just like pacing and worrying and that kind of thing, that's kind of her current state of mind.
Okay.
Sure. I am playing Brallin. He is a level 5 Drake Warden Ranger, human. Brallin, let's see what I always say he's a bit brash and quick to act. Still that way, though he now has a bit of maybe a sense of maybe a little bit of caution. Do more so not himself, but he knows who to look at and see how they look back at him, whether or not he should be acting or not. So there's that. He is a squire of Solamnia. He has he also has a funny little pet dragon named Gertrude, and he is also very excited and happy to have found Cudgel. He can't wait to talk to them and is looking forward. That's something that's a really good, I guess in his eyes, a positive note to have this strong person who he sees as strong. Having people rely on them. So he's very interested on what where they're going in the future,
Okay.
as far as like the missions and whatnot.
Thank you. Alex, do you think you have it?
Yes, I do.
Sort of.
Thank you, Percy. Yeah, so I'm Alex. I'm playing Quinton, the wizard. Basically where he's at right now is he's excited that the group is doing missions with the forces at Kalaman. He's basically just ready to take on more and more. This is probably the most adult he's felt in his entire life, so he's excited and interested to see what they're going to have for him next.
Good. Thank you, and thanks to all of you. I'll just put in my normal disclaimer, which I normally put up front. 20 Sides to Every Story is a gaming community. We largely do TTRPGs, but we also get into console gaming and all sorts of art and drawing and whatnot. If you haven't had a chance, I encourage you to join the Discord, where it's pretty active all times a day, and not too big that it's overwhelming and you don't know where to start. And so, yeah, take a look if you haven't. And I did see someone subscribed up above. So thank you for that. I'll find that name in a minute. One High Zergling. Thank you very much. Okay, so you guys should be level 5. You should all be long rested. And you have the morning free to stock up on supplies. You are aware that Darrett has asked for a meeting for you to come in um, to talk about your next mission. And so we'll say that's roughly midday. So it doesn't give you too much time, but it does let you do a few things if there's something pressing that you guys need to do. Remember, you have access to anything that's free simple weapons, free armor of the light or medium variety. And so if you need any of that, just feel free to switch that in and out as you need. Anything specific you guys want to accomplish?
If no one else wants to go, I do have something. I'm gonna go out in the yard by myself, alone, somewhere more secluded,
Okay.
and take a seat for 10 minutes as I cast Find Steed.
Okay. Why don't you describe what happens
Oh boy.
instead of me describing what happens?
So after a little bit, he is currently probably sitting to himself, muttering some sort of incantation that he doesn't know exactly what he's saying, but he has surmised what it might do. And then after 10 minutes are up, a slight exhale comes out. He closes his eyes, and a wind with a hint of some sort of floral scent comes through the air and appears a warhorse.
Yeah. And the war horses, I mean, it is war horsey. Nothing particularly that would cause any concerns in either your or Miranda's eyes about a horse summoned through your god. So you're welcome to, let me grab you a war horse on the map so that you can war horse as you like.
And then I'll probably talk to the stable master and see if they have anything and say, hey, I recently acquired this horse. Do you have any saddles, perhaps armor, the such?
You would have to order the armor, but it is possible. What he has up to now is just the equivalent of studded leather is the best. So which would give an AC of 13.
That should suffice well. When we have time to get the rest of something better equipped, I'd be very grateful.
Of course. And it brings out sort of an apprentice, and together they start trying to measure some things so that they can start putting in the order to the various craftsmen who would create the piece. So you should be able to control that now. Let me get into a better place on the journal too. Wait, is it
Yep.
not in the journal? Oh, I know why. Do you see it easily in the journal, or do you
I
need?
do.
Okay. And yeah, and sort of certainly boarding the horse while you're there in the castle, no problem. Don't worry about food. Don't worry about they'll take care of it with the stables, the rest of the stable. What else would the group of you like to do? If anything.
David, you're muted.
Thanks. Cass would try to find where, oh, I can't remember the gnome lady's name. Tatana's or
That's enough.
Katana's room is.
Hmm.
And if it's uninhabited, try to like poke around, but only if the coast is clear.
Sure.
Trying to find some schematics.
First of all, make me an investigation check to figure out if you can, unless you're being open about asking. Are
No,
you being low key?
no,
Okay.
definitely just eavesdropping and process of elimination kind of stuff.
So your best bet is on the same floor or the floor above you as you wander around, just sort of looking for her. But in fact, you don't find any evidence of her or of her where she might be with that check. Um, you do have a good belief though that it's not like she was particularly she was pretty ostentatious, right? So there's a you're not entirely you have some faith that you're gonna learn where she is, even if you don't find her at some point. But for right now, nothing. Um, just doesn't seem to have set up shop. Maybe it's not. It's not really clear.
Okay. The only other thing Cass would be interested in then is trying to track down a healing potion, maybe at a shop in town.
Yep.
Probably would only go to the magic shop that they had heard Quinton and Miranda went to. So probably would start there and just trying to see if there's any
Yeah.
healing potions.
So there's also healing potions. Healing potions themselves of the mundane variety are in the apothecary in the castle.
Oh, really?
They do. They're not free,
Okay,
but they
then
can
that's where
be selling
yeah.
together for you. The more potent ones would have to go into the city. So
I think Cass would be okay with just a lower level, depending on the price. What is this apothecary offering them for?
it's going to be 50 right now.
Right.
That may change in the future.
Cass will buy one then.
But I will say, you all can at the same apothecary, and it's really a healer slash apothecary. You can also get you can each have a medicine kit for free if you'd like, if that is something you are interested in.
Say no to free.
So yep.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah.
I will also take one.
Yeah, same here.
Fine. Anything else?
I think Quentin would have just in the morning woke up and gone wherever he expects the meeting to be, even if it's absurdly hours earlier.
Okay.
And then.
Yeah, please.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No.
Oh, I was just gonna say I would have gone to check to see if Quinton's dad had sent a letter back to me yet.
All right. Nothing. Nothing yet. But it's only been. I want to say you've only been in Kalamon maybe 3 or 4 days. It hasn't been
Yeah,
like
it hasn't been too
it
long.
hasn't triggered me to tell you to go pick up your pay yet.
Right.
So yeah, it's been a pretty short time. So
Alright.
all right. Any last things? Yeah. All right. So bring up this. So you Quinton, you try to find Darrett, right? Because you just know you're meeting with Darrett. And so you find Darrett, and he lets you know. He's like, I'm really busy right now. I'm like, I'll get in touch with you. And he sort of wanders off with a group of recruits, trying to get them sorted with equipment. Are you just basically following him around? Is
Yeah.
that okay?
Yes.
So you see Darrett sort of. He's a little flustered that you're there in the sense of mostly he's just trying to be inclusive to you. Like he's trying not to ignore you completely because he's a nice guy. But there's really not much. There's no way to include you in everything because he's like putting helmets on these new recruits and stuff, and trying to get them outfitted, and then trying to get them out.
Quinton would keep telling him, "Oh, don't mind me. I just have nowhere else to go. I don't know anyone in town." But he will just sit like too close and like just be watching as if he like he's not putting any distance between him and the drills.
Okay. And so oh wait, what? Tuck, she bought them a reroll?
That's right.
He didn't have enough for the DM reroll.
All right.
Ooh, what? Why are they more expensive?
Because they have greater impact. They're more fun.
That's.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that is a form, some sort of ism.
I mean,
TDM-ism.
I mean, if you wanted a reroll, technically you could just create 2 of the characters or the 2 of the enemies, and just have them fight us.
Don't say that.
Great idea. Okay.
You're welcome. I'm happy I thought of that. Also, Brallin would have just slept in.
No one wastes their money on or their XP on DM rerolls. I'll just create 2 of everything.
That's fine. Yes, please help the players out.
So around noon, you see Darrett is sort of finishing up with the work he has, and he sees you, Quinton, and he's like, do you know where the rest of them are?
No.
Oh,
I could guess.
He's like, well, look, I'll try this, and he pulls the far cab out of a backpack.
Oh,
he's like,
really good idea.
Hello, is anyone there?
Yeah, hello? Yes?
I don't mean to interrupt. I don't know what you probably are very busy, but I was hoping I could have some time to talk. We do have a mission. It has some urgency. And I want to talk to you before we go talk to Mayor Raven.
Oh.
Can you meet me on the 3rd floor?
Yes. I have to gather everyone, but yes, we can be there.
Well, Quinton's here.
I'm here, Miranda.
He's been here a while.
Hi, Quinton.
So if you could get the others, that would be really helpful.
Oh, okay. I will do that for you. Bye, dear.
Thank you. And so you guys get up there. And there's some information. Darrett lets you know that they're receiving reports that. Let me try to give you some context on a map here before I do this. Okay, this is the one I was going to use. Maybe. I guess it's not here. Oh, maybe it is. Hold on. I'm going to move you onto this map for a second. This is the map of the Kalamon region. and I'll explain where you're going here in a second. So we're getting word that one of the border forts of Calamon, the Dragon Army took overnight, and I don't have a lot of information right now, but it's a Wheelwatch Outpost, and it's right near the border between here and Estwild, and let's see, that you might know that the border of Calamon, we send out patrols, and those patrols are vital for our security. And I don't mean to be telling you what, just like, if you know some of this stuff, please stop me. I don't mean to sound like I know everything at this point. I mean, you guys are my friends. I want to make sure that when we go talk to Mayor Raven, that you're ready.
Right. You're the boss.
No, I'm not the boss. No. So the patrols, right? Well, the problem is that this fort is used to supply those patrols, and so if the Dragon Army took that fort, then the patrols can't do their jobs, and then not only is the fort a problem because that's under the Dragon Army, but now maybe the patrols aren't going to be able to let us know that the Dragon Army is moving in from other directions. So, it's to the southeast. And Mayor Raven, she's been helping us out, and it's really, really great. She was given command of a force to retake the outpost, but the force. I have to be honest. Some of them can't. Some of them were people you met in Vogler, and they're small and they're not super experienced. And so I was hoping that you would help Mayor Raven.
Yes.
You guys willing to do that?
We are.
Yes.
All right. So let's say maybe in 2 hours we'll go and meet Mayor Raven out with the other people from Vogler.
We should go right now.
Is that okay?
Exactly. Why wait?
I've been waiting all day.
I know. Can't go right now. But I will. I promise. In just a little bit. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine, dear. When you're ready, we'll be ready as well.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just getting pulled. This is hard.
You're doing great.
I have not only do I have responsibilities with you, but do you know I'm training like 80 to 100 people?
I know. I was watching you. You should learn to delegate.
I'm to who? I don't have people don't work for me. It's just me.
Well, you need to start not saying that to people. Like if you say that people don't work for you, you're just like undercutting your position.
You need a squire is what you need.
I don't think I'm allowed.
I don't think that, well.
Kato's got a squire and he's not allowed.
I don't have a squire. We discussed this.
I'm sitting right here. What do you mean?
A squire can have a squire. A knight can have multiple squires, but a squire can't be a squire for a squire.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Then what have I been doing for the past few days?
Training with me?
Right. And?
As partners?
No, you're above me.
See, there, you see what happens when there's no hierarchy?
What?
Get yourself a squire.
Yeah, what? So okay, I'll ask, but I don't know. I don't think they're going to give me a squire. I'm not a knight.
You can just, I mean, is there someone that you've been working with that you
Steward?
trust? You can just,
What about that guy?
say, someone must be competent.
I, I'll think about it. I feel like you're trying to get me in, like, make me into someone bigger than I am. I'm just a guy who, tells you guys what's going on, and then I have these 80 to 100 people who I'm trying to
But you
train.
have 80 to 100 people under you. So I feel
Yeah.
like there should be some, mid-level help for you at this point.
Okay. I'll ask, and maybe that would help. Um, I'll see what I can do. How's that?
That's good, dear.
Okay. So I will meet you out front of the castle. 2 hours.
2 hours.
All right. So he wanders off, and finds some recruits in the wrong place, and you hear him trying to yell at them, like be the tough drill sergeant type. But he's still Derek. So yeah, if there's anything specific you want to do in this period of time, the only thing I would throw out is that during this period of time, Cass, you definitely see Tatina um, uh, just uh, basically coming through carrying a giant pile of metal tools, objects, things like that, trying to get towards, it's clear to you she is setting up a workshop. And so she has supplies in her hands. Her hands are completely full. And
Cass will graciously offer to help her carry some of these supplies.
oh, thank you. Yeah, okay. Let's why don't we go upstairs? I'm up on the 4th floor. I just found a room. No one was in it, so I just assumed I could take it. So, and sometimes people get mad because the things I make, they're magnificent, but they're also, a little loud. So, I thought I could go up there. So, yeah, come on. And she starts handing you things one by one, and some things in the process drop to the floor, and it's, a little bit of a hot nonsense. She is wearing her satchel, and very what you assume was what you were trying to get earlier. And so she's wearing it on her. And but you do know where she is now, like where she is setting up shop. Is there anything? And she's basically like, she's probably there, gnome, so can't sit still. Probably there for a little bit, and then goes to run back out for more supplies. Is there anything specific you want
And
to do?
she takes her satchel with her. It does not leave her.
She just wear it. Yeah, she's just wearing it.
Okay.
The room she's in, there's nothing in. Like, it's not even like, um, it wouldn't be weird if this was partially set up that she left it, but there's literally no place to leave it. Yeah, like, if that makes it's a completely empty, dusty room.
The only other thing I think Cass would do during, while trying to get a word in edgewise with this gnome lady would be to ask her if she's had the pleasure yet of meeting Consaldi since coming to Kalaman.
Consaldi. Hmm. I don't. No, the name doesn't sound familiar. Should I know who Consaldi is?
It's someone I've been trying to make her acquaintance, and I guess I don't know where she is either. I thought perhaps your path had crossed hers, so if not, it's probably nothing.
Can I ask? Are you, just so I understand that David is on the same page as Corey? Consaldi, is who?
According to my notes, which hopefully are accurate, Darrett thinks Consaldi might be in charge of the bad guys.
The Red Dragon
Uh,
Army. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I just wanted to make sure that that's what.
Oh, okay, but that's not the person who we heard talking. Okay, because we think someone in the group might be. Yeah, so that probably doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. She would not have met Consaldi. I got my notes mixed up.
Yes. So no. But I remember the conversation now. So all the members of the Red Dragon Army wear the same armor. And so you definitely saw that arm or that arm person, a person in that armor had talked to Tut to or put that
that's
order
right.
in,
Yeah.
and then to come back. Yeah, no. But and then along the way, you also learned that Consaldi is someone in the leadership of the Red Dragon Army.
Okay. Well, that's just retcon. She would not have asked her about Consaldi then. I got confused.
No, but I think it's totally natural. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something in what you were trying to get at with that intent. So yeah, like even asking her about Consaldi, Tatana would be like, no, I don't, never heard the name. So, excuse me. Anything else that in this very brief interlude?
I would be telling Kato, "Hey, Kato, I think it's your turn to feed Gertrude. Gotta take turns, you know.
Do I have to though?
It's your turn. She keeps on telling me, right? Yeah, she keeps on telling me that she wants to go with you for a bit.
She's telling you?
Yeah." He's like, there's no, you don't hear anything. I mean, there's nothing that it's saying. It's like, you know how when you talk to like a stuffed animal, that's pretty much what he's doing. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yep.
She wants me to feed her,
Yeah,
or
she wants to hang out with you a little bit.
but like, doesn't she like, trip acid from her mouth?
Well, don't hurt too bad. I think I might have a few scars back there, but it's not. It's more of just a pinch. It's no biggie.
It's like a pinch. So, and then like you
Are
probably
you
have,
gonna tell this face? And he's gonna bring up the face that you don't want to hang out. You don't want to feed this little fella. Look at how beautiful she is.
it's terrifying every time I see it.
It's like, ow.
So, do I just do this and like he's just holding it like as far
No,
away
your
from
fingers. Get your fingers. No. Open palm, please. Open palm.
open
You
palm?
Sure. He leans over. What does Gertrude do? Does Gertrude?
I think Gertrude probably does. Looks at you for intent of what you want her to do. And then so she
He's kind of just looking. Go.
she gingerly goes over and smells what was it again that you were feeding her?
Whatever Brallin gave me.
Yeah, okay. Gingerly and then sort of politely like snatches it.
Quinton's gonna elbow Miranda. Imagine eating out of the palm of a god.
Yes.
I
Watching
mean-
this whole interaction, just
I mean, it does bite, and it doesn't stop. How do you? And like he's trying to wipe it off, but it's still going.
Oh, the sting! Don't get it. Don't wipe it on your clothes. It'll eat right through it.
Like he's wiping it more, but it's getting to the other part. It's bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't rub your face. No.
Ah!
There goes an eyebrow.
Wasn't that nice?
So who's next for feeding Gertrude? Cass? Cass is next, right?
Let me see. Oh yeah, Cass. Yeah, yeah, that was him. That was them. Yep, they were there when we found you. That's them right there. Yeah.
Why does it
Yeah.
have to get out of your hand? Why can't you just put it on the ground?
You go, baby birded or what?
No?
Cass is pretending not to hear the conversation and just kind of writing something down in a cipher in a small notebook.
You really talk to that thing?
Oh, yeah, I sure can. What do you want me to tell it?
Hmm. Nothing. I don't have any questions.
what-
Just,
Oh,
does it
she
like
thinks you're
talking to
cute.
you?
Yeah, she
Really?
thinks you're cute.
Oh. No one's ever said that to
Is
me
it-
before.
Right? Yeah, definitely. And like the dragon's like just doing its own thing. I don't think it's like.
That's how I know you're not talking to it. There's no symmetry to my face.
Well, you're adorable, Quinton. Don't say that.
Yeah, you're adorable, Quinton.
I only heard that one time, and that was a couple days ago. Let's go find the castle. I want to wait there. I'm tired of waiting here on this right here. I've been waiting here all day. Let's go wait somewhere else.
All right. So probably not quite a full 2 hours. The Fargab chimes up again. Hey, hello. Is anyone there?
Oh, sorry. Yes, we're here.
Hi. Hey, this is Darrett Highwater.
You're the only one who has it, Derek.
Quinton.
Oh, right. So I'm ready if you are. I did take your advice, and I think I found the perfect person to help me.
Oh, who's that?
I think you guys remember Baccharis, the younger one. I mean, he seems like he knows how to tell people what to do, right? That's what delegating is.
Bless. Is Baccharis with you now?
No, I just thought it would be a good. I mean, he doesn't seem to have anything to do, so I thought maybe this is a good use of his time. He could be helpful.
Have you already asked him, dear?
No, that's why I'm asking you. Is that
Good. So,
Tell him that's a stupid idea. Tell him it's dumb. Don't you?
Baccharis, though, I do see how you would think that he has skills at telling people what to do. I don't disagree with you there. I think that he might not have quite the right touch with your trainees. He can be a bit
He's an ass.
An ass.
Yes, he's kind of nasty sometimes. I'm sure you've noticed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have noticed. I thought that's what I needed, though. Okay. I'm gonna think about someone else then. Thank you for the advice. But I'm ready to go whenever you guys are.
Oh, we're ready. Where should we meet you?
I'm in front of the castle. Where are you guys?
Wait, we're at the castle.
Oh, okay. Well, we're coming out to the front now.
Oh, you want me to come up there?
We'll come to you.
How many castles are there?
There's so many castles. Okay, we're going towards you now. Okay, I'm gonna hang
What do
over.
you see?
You see an onion?
I think I see you.
Hey, is that Darrett?
Hi guys. Hi. Can you hear me?
We hear you.
That's some sort of like awful squelching of like, his voice going through that one, and then just magic.
Turn your thing off, dear.
Oh, sorry. Magic's great, isn't it? All right, let's go. Let's So he leads you down to Mayor Raven, and to sort of the area where the Vogularites are. And she's super excited to see you. Sorry, I'm just gonna look. And she really excited to see you. Like, she knows that. I think she understood what was being asked of her with the group she has, and you guys really are her only chance of success. And so she brings you into a small building that she's using as her abode, and she has a charcoal on the table, sort of mapped out what the fort looks like. That's what I was doing in the background, so I apologize. A very good charcoal drawing.
It's impressive, yeah.
Yeah. It's really hard to find green charcoal. So she says, this is what we know. So, and it's not a lot. So all four corners of the castle of the fortress have alarms. And any sentry who sees someone is going to raise that alarm. That was just, how they operated in there. The northwest tower is the tallest, and it has a huge view over the surrounding lands. There's no, it's really hard to approach it without being seen. We do know of a secluded grove about an hour away from this fortress, where I could take my troops and hide them away from where no one could find them. And what I'm sort of hoping is that, do you guys think you could slip in and raise one of the gates without setting off the alarm?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. We
Yeah,
just
that's
actually
nice.
recovered some armor of the Red Dragon army. We could use that. Be a good disguise.
Oh, that's great. I'm thinking if you can get in and raise the gate. Hold on, I might have exaggerated how long Oh, sorry, not an hour. The grove is a mile from the fort, so if you raise the gate, it wouldn't take it. You wouldn't have to open it for an hour. She says, so okay, well, this is an easier plan than I thought.
And Brallin has a dragon. That would help with the deception, I would think.
But we're not sure they have dragons.
Oh.
Like, there are certainly dragon-like people they have amongst them, those draconians, but I'm not. I mean, that is, and he's kind of small for a dragon. I thought dragons in the stories were big and fearsome. I have to say,
Gertrude's fearsome, aren't you?
Gertrude, she looks a little cute.
You want to feed her?
No. She looks full.
Fearsome.
And I no intent to insult you, Miss Gertrude. You're the first dragon I've ever met, and just everything in the storybooks say they destroyed cities, and I'm sure you could destroy a city, no doubt of that. But I think the story is it happened much quicker than I imagined you might be able to get to.
Mayor Raven, do you have any approximation of how many troops currently occupy the outpost?
We do not. We're not entirely sure.
And how many troops will you have with you in the
Um,
trees?
approximately 120.
You say troops. These are just. I'm sorry, not just, but these are the villagers.
Not entirely, but there are the majority of them are, yes. Thanks to Darrett, we've been training them as fast as we can. But yes, there are some experienced members of the Caliban militia who have taken up leadership roles to lead the men and to help train, but the majority of them. However, if the gate were open, our biggest obstacle is assailing a fortress that is meant to be unassailable. And so a much smaller contingent of troops could keep us from gaining access to the fortress.
You know if
But
they're
if the gate were open, the numbers would be on our side.
you know if they're keeping any prisoners or anything there? Have they been sending out patrols trying to round up?
No, but the individuals who were there, we don't know their fate. Like this was a manned outpost, and so the individuals who happen to be there, it's unclear if they're dead or if they're being kept held prisoner. Oh, sorry. I should do that, right? Okay. So I think so. There's two gates. Oh, I can't mark this. Okay. Nor can I point to it. So see near the front, the north gate, just a little bit to the east. There's a path that leads to a wall with something coming out of the wall. Sorry, that's a terrible description. So okay, so that's the gate controls for the north gate. There's a similar on the south gate to the west of the south gate.
How far away is this place in relation to the farmstead that Cudgel was?
A bit, because you guys had gone sort of southwest the first time, and now you're going due southeast.
What if we concocted a story that we were part of? Do we know like what was it humans that were previously at the farm before Cudgel came in?
Human draconian army, like not the original inhabitants, but
The ones that Cudgel dispatched.
Yeah, it would probably be human, mostly human, maybe some half elves.
Okay.
There were
So what
hobgoblins.
if we concocted a story, if we're using the armor right from there, we could say like, this real thing happened, that Cudgel's group came in and wiped them out. We're the survivors that were running away from that catastrophe to try to, regroup, and this is where we could make disguise ourselves up like we're injured and we've been, traveling this entire time. We're all harried and we're just looking to get respite.
It may work.
Oh,
Quite clever.
that's good. Yeah, if you want to dress up and stuff, yeah.
What's your plan?
I was just thinking we just sneak in.
Just sneak in.
Yeah, not as fancy as that one.
Well, I think some of us are better at sneaking, perhaps, than others.
Oh, I could teach you. I'm a good teacher. We'll be fine.
Look at Quinton.
I can try.
I think the disguise is a sound plan because if there's no cover, our best chance would be to go at night. And I think our odds of being spotted are still, with a party our size, we're still better off. We'll get closer without raising an alarm if we are dressed as they are and approach openly, act like we belong there. Because even if we get there unseen, it's a fortress meant to be unimpregnable. The odds of us finding an easy way in are unlikely.
Oh, that's
Well,
true.
They found a way in. Not clearly impregnable at that rate.
I don't. I'll review this for you guys. But let me just give you some stuff. Shoot, 1 second. So I mentioned some of these. I think I mentioned nearly all of them. But to answer what a likely scenario was that happened to what Kato just said. You know that the Dragon Army troops all wear black armor, red flourishes, and the symbol of Takesis. You learned about Draconians, right? That was some of this is all the reports from the scouts coming in that you guys had access to. You know that bandits and mercenaries have been coming to the region specifically to join the Dragon Army because they pay well. You learned about this name Consaldi. If I didn't tell you, I don't. You would know that the Draconians seem to only serve the Dragon Queen, like in the sense of if the Dragon Queen has a will, the Draconians carry it out mindlessly. You've learned that some Draconians can cast spells. Some can control the minds of others. Steal the form of foes they've killed, or even explode when they die. And then last but not least, you guys learned that the Dragon Army uses wyverns, I don't know how you say it, and dragonkin called Dragonels, flying steeds. So these are not true dragons yet. So there are dragon adjacent individuals who are used as flying steeds. And so in that, Mayor Raven would probably say, or like what we saw in Vogler, is the Dragon Army paid someone very well to open the gates and, and spare their life so they could leave. About 24 miles to this outpost, and so it's a full day travel. Sorry, that doesn't make sense. Let's just say it's an 8-hour travel, because if they can travel in 8 hours for a mile away, you can do the same. That doesn't quite fit with D&D rules.
It's a day's march.
Yeah.
I see you step out for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yep. She says, Mayor Raven says, so do you think this is doable? If you sneak in and get the gate open, we can do the rest.
Will you be able to see that we've gotten the gate open? Is it like within eye shot?
We can. I'll post a scout up a tree with a spyglass to.
DM, you said in addition to the Fargabs, the paired Fargabs that Miranda and Darrett have been using, do we have an extra set? I thought I remember you saying that. No, we just have those.
We have the only ones that we know of.
Might want to take Darrett's with us so we can communicate with Mayor Raven while we're behind the walls.
Dart's there, and he says, "Well, I could give Mayor Raven mine, and you guys keep yours. I mean, I trust her. I voted for her."
That's good.
And I think I forgot this little thing. Mayor Raven does not call herself mayor anymore. So every time anyone's saying Mayor Raven, including Darrett, she would be correcting. Because she no longer has a village to be mayor of. And this is a very specific point for her. Well, if you, I trust your judgment. Do you think we can leave first thing in the morning?
Yes.
So yeah, she concludes the meeting, and you see she calls some of her leadership in to explain the plan, and you are left. If there's anything you would like to do before tomorrow to prepare for this specific?
Were we gonna try the sneaky route, or we're gonna do the deception route?
Well, I'm not a good sneaker, and I find deception to be very dishonorable in most circumstances. So I'll leave the decision making up to you.
Well, which one of us could deceive? I mean, we are all pretty, right, truthful, right?
The thing is that, well, I've had occasion to have to lie in the past, and I'm not
You?
The life before the dragons came, okay? I ran a business, and there were. Anyways, the point is that I'm not bad at it. Take that as you will.
She's got my father convinced of all sorts of crazy notions.
Again, Quinton, you did not know your father.
Like what kind of things?
He believes the gods are coming back, and
Well, they are.
Mm-hmm.
well, that was before I knew it was true. It seemed crazy.
Quinton's father also had lots of theories on the dragons, and had really. I think that you should listen more to your father, Quinton, and be less judgmental of his thoughts.
Why does his dad write to you?
With his father.
Huh? What was that?
In the past, we're close acquaintances.
Like friends? You go on any holidays together?
Holiday. I went on very few holidays generally where we're from. I think you get the wrong impression, but no, not. Look, Quinton's father. When Quinton's mother passed, he was a little lost. He struggled with, getting his bearings again.
Are you Quinton's stepmom?
No, I'm not Quinton's stepmom. I'm a family friend. Did your mother have no friends that she,
Oh. Well, the friends that you're talking about that I think my mom had, are you one of those friends to his papa?
Are you asking if I had the kind of relationship I had with your father with Quinton's father? Is this the question you're asking me here?
Yeah. Are we
Yes? Yes?
are we like
You're not brothers. Oh my
half
gracious.
brothers or something?
Quinton, yes.
I'm uncomfortable.
You're not
you,
brothers.
you and me both. Can I?
Oh, Darren.
I
Hello?
I think I hear some new recruits.
I'll go with you. I've been following you all day. Why stop now?
Oh. Anyhow, I just objectively think that the deception path is not terrible. But if you think, sneaking about is more likely to succeed, I'm open to that as well.
I don't know. I found this moss. Pretty much, the only thing I have mechanically, I pass without a trace. So, but
Okay.
definitely, I think the deception would definitely be a better option. But we always have that in our pocket if we need it.
Maybe we shouldn't
Yeah.
all go forward then. Maybe just a few of us go and say that we're, lost soldiers, and then some of us hang back in case that goes poorly.
Would
But also remind them that, like at the farmhouse, they could send the Bluebird or even Gertrude to do some scouting so they at least know what they're walking into. That we might, once we have more intel, we might have a better idea of if there's truly a good way to sneak in or if bluffing our way in is our only chance.
would we have access to like disguise kits or anything like that? Just something that we may be able to fabricate, like some wounds or
If you're
bruising, maybe.
one person in your party would definitely,
Cass has a disguise kit and is proficient with it.
and also would probably know where to get more. But if you're asking, can you make disguises? Yeah, but in terms of like I don't want to say professional, but professional level, the good stuff. Cats would definitely have access, or at least know where to go for access, right? To get more.
Yeah, the problem is, I mean, we saw maybe some corpses when we met up with Cudgel at the farmhouse, but it's not like we're trying to make ourselves look like anyone in particular. And I don't know that we're notorious enough that we even really need to do much to disguise what we look like.
No,
Also,
it's not so much for disguising, but to create,
False
wounds
injuries.
and things like
A
that
bruise?
to sell the story of where we've been traveling from, we got ambushed and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You would also know. I think you are getting at least a sense that the magnitude of the Red Dragon army is pretty big. So it wouldn't be weird to show up and them not know you. But why you're there would definitely be asked. But yeah, it wouldn't be like they're not gonna know you by sight necessarily.
If you're all in armor, I'm sure most of the army are much like you, young men off to war, so probably fine. I might have a harder sell. I don't know how many, middle-aged women are hanging out with the dragon army, but
I'll do it. What? What?
oh,
I'll do it.
okay.
If you don't want to do it, I'll do it. I could lie.
You could lie. I could be a prisoner.
Where was the Blue Dragon Army at this point? It was going through like within spitting. It was just in the south of the Red Dragon Army. So I think Miranda, I say that because I think you would know there are definitely rumors running around that the head, the general of the Blue Dragon Army, is a female.
Uh-huh.
Like just so like that.
So I could maybe fit in with the crew. I would.
Oh, and there definitely are women in the Dragon Army. Like, but yeah, like you would know that there's no.
Yeah,
Even
it
in the
wouldn't be
original
odd.
Dragonlance books, there were no limitations to how high a woman could rise. in these
All right. Just feel like, with this crew, I might be.
Okay, well, in that case, if you could do it, that'd be better.
Okay, I can do it.
I
I'll do
really
it.
shouldn't be.
You really shouldn't be. Well,
I was getting my palms are, I don't know.
are you
Don't
sweating
touch
a
it,
little
but
bit?
my palms are already sweaty. Yeah, a bit. Just thinking
it's-
about it.
It's fine. I can go. I can lie to them. I have no problem with that.
I want to wear one of the suits of armor.
You can wear one of the suits of armor.
Yeah. Hey,
How many do
Brallin.
we have?
Brallin,
We have 5.
Yeah.
anyway.
5. Okay. Yeah. We're all
Yeah,
good
bro.
punch
What's up,
me in the
bro?
face. Like right
Oh.
here.
Oh,
Hold on one second.
Alright.
Well, hold on 1 second because it's not every type of armor. So I just want to, unless I said that last time, but I don't think I did.
I think you told us there were 5 sets of black chainmail armor.
Perfect. That's all. Yep.
Oh, I've been waiting for this for a long time.
That's chainmail.
I'm ready.
All right. Okay.
All right.
All right. On 3.
What would you like to do? Would you like to leave that evening? You guys, the Raven and her crew are not going to be able to move until morning. So that's fine. You guys can get there in advance. You guys know roughly where you're going. Or you can leave altogether the next morning. Or you can wait longer.
I think it might be best if we leave ahead of time.
Okay.
Forward. See what's.
Okay.
As long as we have the far gabs, we can keep in touch the two parties. So if you think it would be of benefit for us to get there first, we could leave now.
Oh, if we're leaving now, don't hit me.
Oh, no. What? No, you didn't. Ah.
All right. So I'm going to put. Wait, I can put on this map. I don't know why they didn't mark this. You guys are going. Basically. Oh, of course, I picked a color that at least I can't see. Can you see where I just drew?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's where you're going. That's. So yeah, what? So you guys are leaving early, so you're leaving in the night, or in the afternoon, not quite night yet. And they will meet you there the next morning. Oh, is there anything you guys want to do before you leave?
Oh, yeah. There's something I wanted to do, but I
Wait.
guess we can't. I can't do it anymore.
Right before bed, you can pop me right here.
Oh, well, I don't think that's enough time. 1, 2, and he's gonna feign the punch and go straight for a jab.
Oh,
Like, oh, that felt good.
swells. How do I look? Convincing?
Oh, you look tough. What? Oh, Gertrude thinks it's really wow.
I think I knocked a tooth loose.
Yeah, I think I really follow. The point is to punch through,
Is that
not to, but through.
is that what happened to you?
There was a horse.
Oh,
As you say that, you just hear Kato just start to whistle
Uh-huh.
as I try to summon my mount to me
What?
from the stables, all the far away.
Where'd you? Oh, you said. So it's gonna be a while.
Just Just hang on.
Yeah.
She'll get here.
Yeah, Roach.
I thought the whistle was a bit of mockery. I was like, geez, Kato.
I know.
You slowly hear the sounds of clackering. I don't know. What do you call it? Entering? No.
Clip clop.
Yeah.
Coconuts?
The clippity clock.
Wait,
Uh,
what is that? Did you hear it?
Gertrude flies and lands on the horse. The horse
That's
doesn't seem to mind.
That's a good girl.
Technically, she doesn't fly, I guess, yet, right? But
Not yet.
it sort of glides.
Wow, everyone's got
Nice.
cool pets.
Nice timing, girl. And he gives a good old scratch.
Oh. Where'd you
Uh,
get that? He takes a few steps back.
What do you mean?
I mean, I was pretty transparent when we got a dragon, but you didn't care to mention. I think maybe Cass would have wanted to know that you got a horse. Is what I'm saying.
You're asking how I got Argentia? It was a gift.
From?
You know.
No,
You know.
no, I don't know.
Yeah.
Why, Kato, you didn't steal this horse, did you?
I would never do such a heinous act as common thievery. What do I look like? Some sort of those horse jackers? Come on, we don't do that.
I think that's what it's called. It's called. I heard someone hang for horse jacking.
Let's just call it a horse thief.
It's only
okay?
9:30, guys.
Yeah. Let's just call it a horse thief.
I couldn't think of a better word than carjacker.
Doesn't work with animals. Horse thief.
Oh man.
So you didn't steal the horse then, and it was given to you by someone who you don't know cagey about.
Yeah, my baby. Yeah, you know him.
You're what now? That's all you.
Yes, the same individual who gifted me this. Shows the amulet.
Oh. Well, isn't that lovely?
It was more of a thought that I was like whispered to me at night of this could be yours if you do this. And then I did it, and here she is.
What did you do, love?
Well, I went outside, I sat down, I spoke words, and a horse appeared.
Oh. Is that all then?
I don't really remember what I said though.
Oh.
Is a magic horse?
Yes. She's quite intelligent. She will listen to almost any command I give her.
It's good. It's well mannered.
She also can hear you too. She has personality as well. So don't hurt her
Oh.
feelings.
Oh no. Hello, ma'am. No.
She's trying to lick her upper lip.
Oh. Oh. Either way, he's like he's putting the whole party in between him and the horse.
Yes.
Experience with horses?
Yes, do you have some kind of secret pet?
I'm an open book. No secrets, no pets.
I just have a bluebird. Miranda, do you have a secret pet?
No, I don't have a secret pet, or a secret deity, or a secret life. No! Open book here, too.
That's suspicious.
Quinton, you've known me since you were a baby. Do you think that I'm suspicious?
I don't know who you were before I was a baby.
You know who else knows people when they're babies?
Ooh.
Not his mother.
Miranda, you didn't really go into detail about how you've lied in the past. We kind of got off topic there. If you are to be the spokesperson once we reach the outpost, perhaps you would, you know, you would care to share a little bit about your experience in the deceptive arts.
In lying about things. All right.
Huh.
If a foolish man comes to me and asks me for a love potion, and I say, "Oh, of course, my dear, I have just the thing for you," and then I give him a little bit of water and send him on his way, and now he has some confidence. Is that so terrible?
The foolish man is not my dad, right?
The foolish man is not your dad, Quinton. You're alive. You're here. Your mother existed. It's fine. Didn't bewix him in any way. Oh. I'm just saying that there are some things that were, beyond my abilities, but that people didn't have to know that all the time. No harm in it. It wasn't saying I would, cure their child's death illness. I was saying,
Oh.
I'll give you a little luck to go to the casinos.
While you say that, he's gonna look at kind of side eye Kato as you're talking about trying to save a kid.
Bad choice of. Anyways, do you have other questions?
No. You're going to take the lead tomorrow, and we're all like your subordinates. That's
All
our
right.
story?
That's our story, yes.
We don't need to make it more complicated than that?
No, we escaped with our lives just barely, and we're here seeking refuge and then go on to our next assignment.
Okay. Because if we want to make it more complicated...
No, hun, complicated. You don't want to make the lie complicated. Over explaining the lie is how you get yourself in trouble.
Yes, I mean, I think your instincts were correct, Quinton. If we simply pretend we are those who took over the farmhouse and then were displaced and need a place, to hide, awaiting new orders, it's simple and it has the ring of truth to it. The bigger question is how are we going to justify opening the gate and leaving it open long enough for the other troops to get through?
Well, maybe there's where we can be sneaky. Once we're on the inside, we can... Sounds
Yeah, we
like,
might.
Brallin, you're pretty sneaky? Or even Cass, you're kind of sneaky type?
I've had to, talk my way into places or, in my studies, my field research, but I wouldn't say I'm an expert by any stretch. But if we can, take out a few sentries silently, I'm not sure how loud the gate will be, but I think that will be our best bet is to probably wait till nightfall tomorrow night. But the timing is going to be tricky. The longer we are there, the more opportunities they have to poke holes in our story.
Yes, so I recommend, Quinton, that you talk very little. You were struck dumb by the horrors that you saw.
I'm already starting.
That's on you. And are you going to be able to do this, Kato? I'm a little worried. Well, it's not exactly an honorable thing, as you said.
But it's towards a more honorable cause. I'm not a fan of this incapacity, but we have to do what has to be done.
Well, you in your mount can always stay back with Raven if you are too uncomfortable with the arrangement.
Well, this is never a comfortable situation we'll ever find ourselves in. What's the difference?
That we can agree.
I'll be fine.
So talk little, you're exhausted, you're hurt, punch in the face. Just low profile.
All right. So you head out, and your trip. I'm assuming you're going to the Grove first. Your trip is uneventful. And so what we'll do is we'll take a power break here, just real quick, before we go on with your plan. So we will be back in 5 minutes. If you haven't got a chance, check out our Discord. It will give you all the information on what's going on for the week. We tend to have something going on every evening. And other than that, stick around. We will be back, and we'll see if this plan is going to work or if something terrible is about to happen. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around with us. We are in the second half of our Shadow of the Dragon Queen. Sorry, very close to something else I play tonight. And so, the party has just arrived at a small, not necessarily super small, a copse of trees in sort of a hollow basin, or not a hollow basin, just in a basin. And it's we'll say it's directly to the north of the outpost, and it's well covered from the outpost. So you can see even from this distance, you can see particularly the northwest tower, which is very tall compared to the rest of them.
And it would be early night, late evening, early night, because you said 8
Yeah.
hours, and we left around midday.
Yeah, let's say, yep, exactly.
I guess once we're feeling like we're ready to set out, I'd probably have my bluebird take a look around and go scout kind of above the.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anything else the group of you are doing? Overnight, particularly. Or are you resting? So that's a good question.
I think Cass wants to know what the bluebird sees. Because it might, they should act fast if the bluebird finds another way in, and if the bluebird doesn't find a way in, they should still get in that fort yet tonight, so they can use the cover of darkness to open the gate. That's what I would advocate for.
So the militia will not be there until morning. There's no doubt about that. So you have a good 8 hours before so you have a long rest before the militia would arrive. Just they can't move as fast as you, and not necessarily as fast as you. They can't mobilize as you. What's going on? Excuse me.
We've been walking all night though, right? So maybe rest would.
Yeah, I will inflict exhaustion on you if you don't do something.
Yeah.
But certainly throwing the bluebird up might. I mean, that's even easily done at, while on watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
I imagine we're probably not going at night as close as I would need to be to have the bluebird see. So, I would just probably say best to check it out in the morning.
Okay. So anything going on in the evening, or just a quiet rest? I assume watches and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
But okay. The first light of dawn appears. Nothing in the to suggest anything different at the outpost. And yeah,
Are we able to see roughly like as far as the number of guards? Are we so far away where we wouldn't even be able to kind of count torches?
you can see movement on top of the walls. You wouldn't from this distance. You wouldn't be able to see
Sure.
how many. So, yeah. So I'll say roughly it's first light, but I'll say roughly in about an hour the militia would arrive. So, what would you? Is there anything you'd like to do with that hour?
mean, I guess we could start getting the armor on and everything, start getting suited up.
Okay. So start making disguises. All right. So yeah, the armor. So you're all wearing chainmail. So just for some of you, that's going to, or is everyone wearing chainmail?
Yeah,
think-
Some of you that may
think-
cause some problems.
Right,
Yeah,
I
I
was gonna
think
say,
again, Cass would want to wait until we got any kind of reconnaissance. If there's any possible way to sneak in without doing the whole deception thing, but probably pretty resigned that they're gonna have to pretend to be a dragon army soldier. And will at that point put on the chainmail, black chainmail.
Okay. Is there any specific way you guys are doing reconnaissance?
isn't the bluebird up yet now?
Yeah, the bluebird.
It's the bluebird at this point.
So the bluebird heads up. What specific are you just generally looking for stuff, or what do you? It's
No.
far enough away that you have to tell the bluebird something because you can't control it. So what are you telling the bluebird?
We're looking for numbers, looking for any possible way of breaching the wall, or like, personnel access, like a sewer grate, or like any kind of like thing like that.
Yep.
Maybe specifically like who would be at the gate.
Okay. So how can I best do this, you guys? So, I can do this. Uh-oh. All right, we lost off for a second. I'm going to move you. To... Did I move you here already? No, I did move you here. Okay. So, can you guys see anything or no?
I have
No,
to turn
it's just black.
hardware acceleration back on.
But you might not be able to see something because I don't.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
Okay.
No, I
perfect.
can't see
Okay.
it.
Only because it was revealing way too much. So perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna refer you. I'm gonna move you back to the map you were on, and I'm gonna refer you to what the handout. All right. So the bluebird sees a handful of guards in the courtyard, just sort of up to various things. It sees the northwest tower sees 2 guards, human. Northeast tower sees 2 draconians. Southeast sees 2 guards. And I probably shouldn't have told you the draconian thing. I'm gonna actually, I'll tell you at that time. But just when they're in the armor, it's actually very difficult to tell that they're not human, right? They're just humanoid, and so it's not clear that they're anything different. But I'll give you this one. So northeast, the 2 individuals are draconian. Southeast and southwest, there's so in each of the towers outside there are 2 individuals. 3 people in the courtyard, and then inside the bluebird can't see necessarily. But some things to know: the walls on the outside are The walls are 20 feet high, and where the towers are and the fortifications are, there's 10 feet above that. So, but generally the walls are 20 feet. The walls look like they're climbable, not easily, but one could climb the walls. All the windows and every window in the tower is a 6-foot arrow slit. I'm sorry, every window in the fortress 6-foot or 6-inch arrow slit. The two gates are reinforced wooden gates. They're each 15 feet tall. Yeah. Anything? Did I miss something that might be?
No, I don't think. I was wondering. I'll share that with the group and say, walls are 20 feet tall. Possible to scale them, but they've got eyes on everything. So unless you have a way of making yourself invisible, I don't think that would probably be the wisest.
Guess we're going in the other way.
All right then. Do we need names? Just anything.
So by this point, the militia is moving in with Raven. So you basically they're in place, or shortly after they're in place, ready to go. If you can get one of them open.
I still think we might be better off waiting later in the day so we don't have to
Be there so long, biding their time. Yeah.
like as the sun is setting, maybe we approach just directly from the north on the road.
That'd be good. I agree.
I think so too. How big is the gab thing? I'm just trying to see if that would be a rather conspicuous thing to walk up with.
You can fit it in your backpack and use the parts of it. Like that's what Derek was doing, or you could just wear it.
So if it can fit into a backpack, it won't just be.
And it's not the whole backpack, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're worried about bringing the far gab in there, I can let Argenti know when we have successfully opened the door. And then she can give a signal.
Bad idea.
She can't talk, but she can neigh pretty loud.
So, I think Quinton's only concern about waiting would be we've got this army that got up here. If we wait, the outpost might send word, perhaps to bring in reinforcements or something like that. Like the longer they're waiting there, they're visible, and they're in a tricky situation. So,
Well, we definitely don't want to meet their army.
The copse of trees is large enough to obscure them, so our concern would just be if they sent out a patrol that they would be seen. Is that what you're saying?
right, because I don't think they're going to be super, inconspicuous. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Why don't we? I'm gonna look back. Did anyone do we have carts?
You have what?
A cart, like
Cart. Yeah, yeah.
right? Like, why don't we just come up with a cart, try to pull in, park the cart right in the middle of the gate so it can't close.
And then pour in.
I mean,
we could put a few soldiers in the cart underneath a tarp, and then
Oh,
They will likely inspect the cart before opening.
okay. Well, then we
gate.
won't put people inside, but the cart's gonna
Oh.
block the door. What kind of door is it? Is it like a? You said it was a
It's
swinging
a wooden reinforced door. So
that swings open.
Yeah, like
Okay, I
imagining
mean,
two parts. Bluebird would have noticed that there are no guards actually on the outside of the no one outside, and then no one outside, and then what else was I just about to say? Or no, sorry, I'll think of it in a second. Based on what you guys were just saying, Quinton would have had information. Yeah.
I do like the idea.
And no patrols had left overnight. That's what I was going to say.
Hmm.
So it's not like
So yeah, then we would only have to get in just a bit and block the door and.
I like the idea of bringing the cart. They interrogate us probably from the walls or send one person out. And when they welcome us in, then we stop the cart and make our stand, and they can't close the gate. And we just have to defend ourselves long enough for the army to come pouring in. That way we don't
And-
have to spend any significant amount of time among the rank and file.
And we can pretend at first, oh, these damn wheels! I can't believe it's stuck. Pull that roots up for a minute or so.
We
They're
might
like coming
even
a mile.
put poor injured Quinton in the back, and that's he can't walk, so we have to.
Definitely doesn't look injured enough, though.
You're enjoying this too much.
I am. I'm sorry.
Yes, mending on my face after this is done.
You know what? If someone asked me if this was maybe a week or so ago, plenty. I wouldn't have hesitated to beat your ass, but you grew on me, So take it like
All right,
like
you can
you're
hit me
okay.
again. That's
No. It's okay.
you've earned it. Well, yeah, I can play the one that needs the infirmary, lay in the back of the cart. That's why you're hauling the cart.
Feign unconsciousness. We'll say that you suffered a bad concussion at the farm and just haven't been right since.
Good, because this armor is heavy.
Yeah, you wouldn't even have to wear it.
Oh, thank God. I thought it would be cool. Like, I thought it looked cool, but it turns out, no thanks. Let's put it in the cart with me.
Yeah. All right, and just because I've forgotten. Do we have a name for the farm that we were supposedly stationed at? Was it called anything in particular?
I feel like I need to reiterate one point. I think someone would have realized. I don't think this is a stretch. Someone would have realized that bringing up the farm would overly complicate. Like that, there is enough Dragon Army operations happening that you don't have to specifically
Just we've
Right,
been out.
like,
Yeah.
or you could just make up a story, right? Like you don't need
Right.
to. You can use the farm, but it's likely they wouldn't know what you're talking about
Okay.
any more than anything else. I'll just throw that out there. I don't think
Okay. Not to be too concerned with the details of it.
Right. Yeah.
I only mentioned that because we know the details of the farm, and so it can help
so
us
we can. Right.
It helps us to be confident about what we're saying.
And telling the same story, not where
Right, yeah,
people give two different answers at the same time like they do in sitcoms.
Yeah, no, that's good. All right.
All right. So you start to head towards the outpost with cart. So there's 5 of you plus cart. No people hidden cart, right?
Well,
I'm
Quinton's
laying
in
in
the
the
car.
cart. Yeah.
Right, but no one.
No, no other people besides
Yep.
Quinton.
Okay.
Just
Let me.
Is this a cart that's being pulled by our horse, or is it a small cart that we're just?
is it a wheelbarrow? We've got a little barrel.
Hey,
No.
I
It's
mean,
not big enough to block the door, so
Yeah, that's why I ask. Is this
do you,
easy enough?
Kato, do you want the horse to pull it?
Sure.
So let's let's get some maps on here.
Oh,
Wait, don't you wait, player stuff, that's where it is. Okay. Sorry, give me a second.
As they're getting ready to go, Cass just leans into Kato and says, "I don't know who your god is, but now's the time for prayers."
I'll keep it in mind. Anything you
We're
want
going there.
me to say?
You know,
You're the missionary.
Oh, I'm asking on behalf of you.
Well, surviving the day would probably be my first and foremost request.
I'll help see that it's done.
wait, what?
no, I wasn't, Miranda. I wasn't told whether or not I should talk.
oh,
Um,
I mean,
I'm kind of up in the air, aren't I?
you are. I'm just saying. I was just thinking that you play the part well of the, no, a little. Just
Okay.
Just some
I'll
if
talk
you-
more
grunting.
than. Oh,
he's unconscious, so you
I'll
two,
talk more than him. Definitely.
Yes, more than him a bit, but
Okay.
not too chatty. Just if they say something to you, say.
All right. And Cass, you sure you could do this? You seem pretty straight and narrow.
I think if Miranda does most of the talking, and maybe if I think you can kind of get, if they start questioning us and we need someone to be indignant about questioning, who we are and what we are, that's probably a good cue for you, Brallin. That seems pretty well in character.
I could get loud, yeah. I'm good at
Get
that.
loud. Yeah.
So, and yeah, I think we can handle this with minimal spokespeople. The rest of us just need to say nothing and back
Look
up.
haggard.
Yes. Look tired.
All right. So yeah. So you should be on a map and you should be able to see.
I cannot see the map. I only see it
I
blacked
can't
out.
see.
I could probably. I could see, but
You
I
can
don't
see.
know. But I'm not able to move my token. I probably have to.
What the heck? Everything's going wrong with these. Okay, so give me 1 second. Zoom in so I can actually see who I'm clicking on. Why is this happening? Okay, so you can move. I just saw you move. Cass,
Yeah, I
you
could.
should be able to, Cass can move.
I just still have a black rectangle, so I'm going to try refreshing.
But no, you don't worry about refreshing. Can you see now?
I can see now.
I still
And I
Quinton,
can move.
Quinton, you can
I can
see but not move, or no? Neither.
I can't see.
I don't know why this keeps happening. I apologize.
There we go. No.
Brallin.
I'm good over here. These two that I have. The other one I can't control. So you could get rid of that other token.
The other one you can't. Oh, interesting.
Cool.
Okay. And you can move the other one?
I can move the Drake, and this other one I drug onto the screen myself.
Interesting. So it does something different if I said it. Weird. Okay.
And I still have a black screen.
Yep, getting there.
Okay.
So no.
Alright.
Okay. Anyone else still have a black screen?
I currently do.
Horse checker. Okay, there you are. I think. Can everyone see?
Yeah.
Good now.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So I think it's self-explanatory what you're seeing. You are at the north side of that map that you have the full map for. And we're going to say, I don't have the full map, but we're going to say you're about 100 feet away. When you see, actually not from here, you see someone over here yell, "Who goes there?"
And I'll yell back, "Hey! Hey!
Hey,
I got injured men here."
where are you coming from? Who on whose orders?
On my orders, I'm the only one still. We just got almost killed back at the farm, and now we're trying to get back in.
And he pauses, and you see him turn around. Like you can see him easily, and he turns around, and you see him talking to someone behind him and stuff. And he says, "What did you say your commander's name was?"
Man is dead now. That cousin woman killed him. But so I'm in charge, I guess. McGee.
Make me a deception check with advantage,
All right.
please.
And I couldn't do the advantage. Just roll it twice.
Yep, perfect.
Hey.
Nice.
So they say, "All right." Wait out there. And you see the face disappear
Close to dying, so don't be too long.
from the crenulations of the fortifications. You see the face disappear. You do see other faces on other walls, sort of watching you. And it's maybe like a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes pass. Anything you guys are doing?
Trying to watch to see
Four
if I see
4
him.
minutes.
I think Cass will probably walk back and pretend to fuss with Quinton at one point and just again look very impatient and unhappy.
All right. So the you start to hear rumbling from the doors, and you start to see them sort of shake as if they're about to move. And the doors open about 2 feet wide, and someone steps out and says, "So what's the story here?"
We almost got killed. We're the only ones still alive, and we're just, we heard.
And he came here?
Yeah, you're the closest fort. We heard you took over and thought, you have some medicine or something.
Well, all right. Well, let's get him inside.
Thank you. Come on, boys.
As you wish, Commander.
You can just leave the cart out here.
Oh, we got one in the cart. He's half
Uh,
dead.
I'm sure we can carry him in.
You're just
Oh.
gonna leave our the only thing we've been able to salvage from the farm. You're just gonna leave it out here?
I think I can make it.
You salvaged your lives, didn't you? Praise be to the Dragon Queen.
Praise be.
Praise be.
Look,
You could just walk that off. He doesn't even look half bad.
half bad. Are you gonna see this? Okay, look. We also got
So
food
he's
here.
out with you, and I didn't. Sorry, I should actually give you a better sense of what's going on here. Where is my map? All right. So yeah, he's go pick a random one. He is out here with you guys,
Oh.
and I should. Let's see, can I do that?
So as this is happening, Quinton will make a little show of like he's about to like make an attempt maybe to like stand up or something, and then he's just gonna fall back and like be completely out or make that he's completely out.
Make a deception check. So I'm opening this door fully, but it really is only just a little bit.
Can I use our reroll?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is what they're for.
What could possibly go
Please.
wrong?
Go.
You got a 1 in 4 chance of it being lower.
Can't be lower. There we go.
So yeah, you managed to like sort of like hey, and you hear him turn around and be like, hey, can we get one of those stretchers out here and drag this guy in?
Cass whispers to Brallin, it's like, this warhorse is probably worth more than that man's life, and they're gonna leave this whole thing outside.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, we need to get this car in here. You see this horse here? It's disgusting and ugly, and I hate it. But we stole it off some idiot, and we need to bring it inside too.
Yeah.
You gonna let this horse? You gonna let this horse go? You're a good soldier, right? We're not hiring. Are you a thug? Are you a soldier?
Make an intimidation check.
As he's saying all this, Kato's neutral expression goes to like a slight frown.
All right.
Not the horse. It's beautiful.
Intimidation. Is it a beautiful? It's a beautiful horse, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
That horse could be jacked at any moment.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
If you leave it outside.
There's just people going around willy nilly.
16.
So he's like, all right, then bring the horse in. The commander said no carts inside.
Oh, Miranda,
Our
Lord,
commander
Sorry,
needs to be
the
livid.
baby. The only reason we went out to that damn farm was because of the supplies here. They got like this giant barrel of grain. You're just gonna let us leave it out here? You can feed your men for 2 weeks.
Did you guys say anything to me about a barrel of grain?
No, this is a total lie. There is no barrel of
Okay.
grain. This is just me,
Yeah. He looks at it and he says, well, nothing's going to happen for the next, 10 minutes. Why don't you come in, we get your friend, if your friend's really that sick.
He's my brother.
He's just like, get the fuck in here. Like, stop fucking around.
I think.
Commander, I don't think it's gonna harm having the carts wait out a mere 10 minutes.
Oh, fine. Did they get the stretcher for him? And he might be dead by now.
The
Not dead
stretcher's
yet.
already out there. They're roughly putting Quinton on the stretcher.
Oh, don't be too rough on him. He's got internal bleeding.
He took quite a knock to the head. We don't know what it did to his brain.
Well, Hardlick, terrible name. Hardlick is gonna.
I had to look that one up.
Hardlick is gonna, want to talk to you, get a report from you, and you're probably just gonna have to stay here until the Dragon Army, the Dragon Army, until the Dragon Queen tells us what she wants us to do. So get in here, wait in the courtyard, and I'm gonna go get Hardlick.
All right. This car gets stolen, though. It's your ass.
It's not gonna get stolen. All right,
Mighty
so
calm.
you guys are welcome to move into the center area
Oh.
if you want. If you want to bring the warhorse in, you can. He comes in too.
And after all of our, bitching about it, so.
Where's I moved the dragon on there, but where exactly is the dragon hidden on you?
We're gonna say wherever I would find it. Maybe my back, I guess.
Got it.
Wherever it's.
Yep. But so yeah, so you're actually I probably have a description of this area. Oh, you know what? Weirdly, I do not. Oh wait, maybe I do. Sorry, I didn't read you. I'm a terrible DM. I didn't read you box. So, I'll read this. So, if before when you were in the glade, I should have told you. In the distance, a squat stone fortress rises from one of the last patches of grass before the rocky scrubland of the Estwild. Its tall wooden gates are flanked by crenulated battlements and solid watchtowers. Torchlight shines through the fort's windows, and every so often, armored figures make their way along the walls. So, but now in the courtyard holds several smaller structures with wooden roofs. Stairs climb from the dirt yard to the fort's west and east battlements. To the north and south stand solid wood gates. Along the wall next to each gate is a metal mechanism with a prominent winch. Winch, not winch.
Want to see it?
Yeah. So you're just the guy who you were talking to goes into this door over here. And closes the door behind him. Is there anything specific you want to do while you're here? Can you guys are the doors clear enough to you where they are?
The north and
Here.
the south.
But the doors in the courtyard.
Here?
It's a little rough, but I think we can kind of figure it out from like the pathway, sort of.
Yeah, yeah.
There's one here. There's one here. One here. There's one here. I think that's all.
Are the guards on the wall like all looking down at us? Like, are we basically
not all, but some. Like they're still on duty, right? They're looking outwards.
I guess the first thing that I would look for, just glancing at the courtyard, any signs of blood, a scuffle, battle, that kind of such.
Nothing that you see specifically. Yeah. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Let me retcon that a second. You do see. I would say you do probably see a pile of what looks like
Thanks for the raid. I'm Butterbean.
clothes and armor of the Kalaman militia.
Huzzah!
Oh, we're getting raided right now by Sleepless Nights.
Thank you, Sleepless Nights. I mean, the channel, not the affliction. We appreciate you, and thank you for joining us. We are in the middle of Shadow of the Dragon Queen. We hope you join us. If you haven't gotten a chance, check out our Discord channel. It's busy all sleepless nights for all of your. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, oh, and we got a new follower too. Thank you so much. What would you guys like to do? You're just sort of standing around, and there are guards in, like, there are guards watching you inside the courtyard, just sort of keeping an eye on you, but they're not, more in the sense of like interest rather than in the sense of like guarding you.
So
You very much get the sense that people believe you're part of the Dragon Army. They're just confused why you're here.
I'll yell out to him, be like, "Hey, can one of you get some bandages or something? I got men bleeding over here."
Yeah. And you see, well, let me just see, make sure I read this right. You see them go into this door here, grab some bandages, and then come out and start wrapping Quinton.
Thank you.
Do something in the background here. Okay. Quinton, will you roll a deception check with advantage for me real quick?
Oh boy. 19.
Okay. So yeah, the guy who is treating you, it seems to be very sincere about, and earnest is the German word, earnest about wrapping you up. You don't detect that you've been foiled. I would also say, hold on a second. So you guys do see the winches near you, like I said. However, there is a lot on the winches, on both of them.
Did we see the guy who brought us in relock it once the doors were closed?
Correct.
Okay.
And basically the lock, it's a chain around the winch, so the winch can't freely turn without the lock in there.
Cass is just gonna side eye the lock and be ready at a moment's notice to do some lockpicking.
So Artlick comes out and says, my men tell me that you had a rough fate and you ran here for help.
Yeah, everybody else with us is dead now. It's awful, awful stuff.
Well, I will. Excuse me. I will. Yeah. Then, for the order of the Dragon Queen, you are now subsumed into my command.
Well, appreciate it. And we want to be of service here. We don't want to just be layabouts. I mean, other than that layabout, I guess. But we want to help you. So if you need us out here, we can.
Yeah, that's
pull
your
our
job.
weight.
You are in the army.
Well,
Like
I mean,
you have a
right
choice.
now, like that one's unconscious. So I thought you might think that we were,
It looks pretty good. I got my top medic over there working on them. So we're a little tight on beds, so you're just gonna have to sleep out here in the courtyard. But we'll get you on a shift schedule here in no time. And dinner's at 8, and breakfast is at 6.
all right.
Anything else you need to know?
Is there a stable? Cass is looking around, to see if there is
A horse?
stable.
There is. Make a perception check real quick for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is, and he looks over here towards this thing. So you're pretty sure you know where the stable is. That's sort of what I'm saying. But he says, it's full. So gonna have to, stay out here.
Do we hear any other neighing of horses or something else?
You can make a perception check.
Boop, doop, boop, boop. That's persuasion. Boop. 12.
Nothing specific. There's nothing. Doesn't seem, if there are horses here, there's not a lot of them. Is your best guess. Yeah. So I know you guys had a rough time, so I won't put you on the shift until tomorrow. Maybe this evening if I have need of you. But yeah, you can set up a tent or something there. We'll figure something out. Get some straw for you to lay in. All hail the Dragon Queen.
All hail.
And he turns around and strides back in. You are left to your own devices, right, at the moment. There are guards, though, there are other guards milling about. If it's not clear, Arthlick back inside. Oh, that's not Arthlick. If it's not clear, Arthlick up here, medical supplies down there, maybe stables here.
I might chat with one of these guys and just be like, "So, how'd you take the fort? What's the story?" Bet it's a good one.
I mean, it was pretty easy.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's basically, grease the right palms. All the doors are open for you.
Yeah.
Dragon Queen has people in every place, any place you could think of. We just needed to move in here and contact them.
Sure is nice, ain't it?
Yeah, it's good to be on the winning side.
Oh yeah. We got caught up with some true believers. Oh man. That's rough. Well,
Not so bad here.
no.
Hard Lake's pretty. I would say Hard Lake is pretty.
Where is he?
Hard Lake, not too bad of a guy. Things are fair. We don't get much erstwhile, get some crazy elves coming out of there, but other than that.
Yeah, I said our wagon's okay out there. I guess he's right.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Like, you have at least 4 sets of eyes on it at all times.
All right. Just hate having it out there, Feel better behind the walls, but
I have a question.
Yeah?
Yep. Where do I shit?
I mean, probably not in the same pile of straw you're going to sleep in.
Right. You got an area? Maybe should I take? Is there a certain spot or?
Well, I mean, you can walk out the doors, or
we're doing it outside. It's fine outside, right?
I'm going to say, for the purpose of this, there is where do I want to put this?
In the center,
against the walls here and here, there are like toilet like things that you sit on in the poop.
Where at?
Where I put? Can you see my? Oh, you probably can't. Oh, you can't see. Sorry. On the walls, there are seats where when you poop, it goes down the side of the wall.
Okay. I think he would maybe go. It's on the outside, like I would go through the tower or something to get to it.
Yeah, these stairs, basically.
Oh, this one right here?
Yep, and then there's another one to the southwest too, but yeah.
All right, he's going to go ahead and...
I'll be back. Don't take care of my brother.
And he's going to go up, and if it's okay, he'll start moving around and get a lay of the land while he's...
Yeah. Oops, sorry. So yeah, like I think you can see now.
Oh, just right there.
Yeah. So like there's these seats on the wall where.
All right. He's gonna accidentally walk in here.
Okay. So, give me 1 second. You walk in there. So it's a U-shaped hall lined with narrow windows. Along a wall bearing racks of weapons and a horn hanging from a leather strap. Doors lead into this. In there yet? Are you? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So there's doors that lead into, and there's one on the other side to an interior room where the door is open. You do see this creature who now you can recognize is not human. Seems like one of those draconians that you would get.
I am going to do my best waddle and just walk into this door.
Okay. Can you move in there?
I can't. I don't want to. I don't know if
it's. So it's a dormitory. And you see. Soft lanterns light dimly outlines 6 2-level sets of bunk beds
Mm-hmm.
There's a footlocker beneath each set of bunks.
Yep. And do I see all those?
Yep.
Okay.
And they're sleeping though,
Oh, I'm
or
gonna.
they're on their beds.
Oh, he's gonna turn around and just kind of be like, "Sorry," and he's gonna like just point down and kind of waddle back out,
Uh-huh.
and gonna waddle over here. Oh man, it's like a maze.
Yeah. You can see the horn that is clearly the that siren is like over here.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll continue then.
Yeah, but just to give you an idea, another door into the dormitory is there, and then there's a sort of an area that you look into the courtyard, but there's no stairs now.
Okay, he's gonna go and like pretend to drop trowel and be like, "Oh, not here." Okay, where this? Sorry.
Back over there.
All right,
So that
come back this way.
what?
Oh, this is the stupidest excuse to walk around this thing.
What are the rest of you doing?
Oi, where'd my brother go?
Oh,
I'm wounded. Is there a bit of hay or something I can lay in?
Oh,
I don't need much.
You have like extra bandages on you. You are.
They got real good, but yeah, we're gonna get some hay. They're letting us sleep in the courtyard tonight.
I just need to nod off a bit, I think.
Good plan.
While I was gonna say while Miranda was chatting up the guards, and then Kato after that, Cass sidles up to Kato. I'm sorry, Brallin. I was wondering if Cass sidles up to Kato and kind of asks like, "How much control do you have over that horse? If we get the doors open, can you call him to come in and stop mid-gate? How much control do you have over that beast?"
She has a name, and she'll listen to everything I have to say.
Does she have to be able to hear you?
He turns, he gives you a smile, and just shakes his head.
I think our best bet is to cause a diversion. I can pick the lock. Together we can open the gate. You summon the steed in the cart and get it in place, and we get ready to fight.
The horse, you guys asked for the horse to be inside, so I didn't drag it in there, but the horse is inside.
Did someone actually like take it off the cart and bring it in?
That was my assumption, but if
I remember we were invited to do so, but I don't know if anyone actually did it. Cass certainly would not have.
Right. I'll leave it up to
I'm trying to remember who suggested to bring the horse in. Was it Brallin?
I thought it was the guard. The guard's like, because Brallin was saying.
No, because someone made a comment of this horse is worth more than Quinton will ever be, or something like that.
Then
the guard
Lauren,
said,
you're
well, you
muted.
can. Guard said you could bring the horse in, but not the cart. And I guess I don't know if we brought the horse.
Brallin would not have gotten near the horse if you're asking.
that much we know.
Let's just say this: odds, evens, he brought it in. Horse is inside.
Never mind then.
Sorry. Also, because there was the whole conversation of where to feed the horse, that I would have had a different conversation had it been outside. But yeah, that's fine. So the horse is grazing on grass over there. Yeah.
I think maybe Miranda would start trying to make camp like right here by this thing to try to block it as much as we can, like with ourselves and tents and stuff.
Oh, so those gate controls, got it.
Yeah, by the gate controls. Like, oh, this looks like a good place to set up.
So I'm gonna put you sort of over there,
Yeah.
like without quite blocking it, but close enough that.
Yeah, close enough that we can
Got it. Yep. All right. Yeah. So you start setting up camp over there. Some guards come out and help bring straw over for you guys. They apologize. But there's not enough beds. We're gonna say by now it's slightly before noon, slightly before midday. Um, Give me 1 second.
So I remember how many there were in there. I wanted to take a look.
I think just in normal, I assume you're all sort of chatting up the guards. It's not like you're trying to act normal in there. Good. I'm just gonna say that this area over here, where Ardlick is a prison. That's the quartermaster's storage. Stables. This is the kitchen down here. It looks like they're like easily figured out. You do know there's prisoners in there, and yeah, I don't know what else to.
Is there a mess hall where we welcome?
There's no specific. There's a kitchen, just not a place like people just eat, sort of standing. I would say in that sense, it's a little awkward. It's not that there aren't other guards. It's just clearly not a fortress that can keep accommodating people. But yeah, what would you guys like to do?
Would he, while he's up there still looking lost, would he be able to go like down here? I don't want to move myself if I can't, so that's why I'm.
Hold on, do it again. I was on the same screen.
That's
you want
fine.
to go all the way down? Yeah,
Yeah.
you can go all the way. Similar thing. That's the southeast watchtower. They're not even like looking back. Like you're dressed, right?
Yeah.
So it's similar stuff. Like there are crenulated battlements. Few guards in here.
Okay. All right. I think at that point he would probably. He wasn't lying. He really did have to use the restroom, so he would do that and come back. And he would lean up as they were getting kind of getting situated. Aware, he would kind of relay that he found at least total. There were at least 8 guards or 8 soldiers in the bunk bed area, as well as 2 positioned on each post. So a total of 12 at least on this side.
What?
Cass, I have an idea to propose.
I'm listening.
Well, that lock on the winch is a little bit of a predicament. Perhaps you like some cover while you try to dismantle it.
I might be able to do something with it, but unless we're prepared to keep that gate open, it'll be for nothing. We might have to wait till nightfall.
but at least to have it ready so you don't have to do it in the midst of what may fall later. I could send my horse to just graze right in front of the winch. And I
Why?
can do some routine care while I'm there, while you are preoccupied.
Sounds like it's worth a try. Either way, we are not getting out of here if it's locked. So if things go south, I'd be much more comfortable with that lock not being shut so tight. So Cass will kind of get ready to go into position once the horse is
Okay.
there, and we'll start trying to very surreptitiously pick the lock.
So I want 2 checks. Very first one is a stealth check.
Stealth check from me, and I'll be at disadvantage because I'm wearing the stupid chainmail.
Oh, no, I would ignore that in this case because it doesn't really have to do with movement. It is, can you
Sure.
do? It's almost like I don't want to make you do 2 sleight of hand checks in a row. So stealth is, can you sit behind a horse and not really be noticed?
Yeah. Okay.
Which is the chainmail wouldn't make a difference, right? Okay. And then the next would be the actual. You have thieves' tools, right?
Yep.
So it's the thieves' tool check.
Oh,
Do we have any lovely rerolls from the audience?
Wow.
Do we have
Loves us so
all
much.
rerolls or just
Reroll.
one reroll?
no, I don't
'Cause,
know. Let's
I
check the
mean-
board. Oh.
Uh-oh. There's some collusion going on with the audience.
What? Come on.
Collusion.
You would never do that.
This is-
We're just asking
This is why the audience should be banned.
just asking questions.
Did one appear?
Just a slight bump from the
I
horse.
just banned the audience.
Oh, good.
Bam.
Someday, some
Problem
guy named
solved.
Audience is gonna try to watch 20 Sides. And he's like, why can't I watch this shit?
Oh man, I was really looking forward to this.
Womp.
Did we
Um,
get a reroll or not?
You
Yes.
just did, yes.
Oh, thank you. Whoever.
The horse just gives you a snort at what you were trying to do. It's just like, nuh-uh.
Yeah, it wasn't working because it was trying to be too sneaky, and then Cass is like, "Forget this," and just tries to quickly.
The horse kicked you while you're doing the first time. So you're able to pop off the chain. So it's just sort of freely hanging there. The mechanism that would open the gate.
Yep. All right. So it tries to kind of leave it as it was, just dangling, but can
Yep.
be removed at a moment's notice.
Got it. All right. What is the remainder of your plan? And I apologize that I'm rushing this a little bit. It's just late. So you guys are looking for an opportunity to. You do notice that a few hours after you arrive, and after Cass did this, that there's a shift change.
Yeah, I think I would try to be like, we can help out. We're doing fine. So if you need us to, like watch the courtyard, we got you.
Okay. Make a persuasion check for me. Okay. Yeah, they're more than happy to, courtyard specifically, or more than courtyard.
Where do you guys want us? Want to be? You think?
Tower might be a pretty good one.
The-
A tower might be pretty
a tower?
good.
Yeah.
Alarms are pretty bad.
Yeah. We could do tower. Yeah.
Maybe up here. You said there was a horn up here?
There is you saw the horn. There.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. And I should have read. There was also a horn in the southeast tower.
Okay.
But you also knew from Raven that there's an alarm in every tower.
In every
Okay.
tower.
Yeah. But you saw 2 of them. Yeah. So you want Okay, so one of you is going in the northeast tower, and we're placing that creature.
Yes.
Who is replacing? Where are the rest of you?
I'll go up that way.
Okay.
Who wants to actually
Good.
try to do the thing? You want to do it, Cass, since you're
Yeah,
over
Cass, I
here?
think would be most comfortable just hanging out by the best way out of this place. So just gonna
Okay.
hang back and yeah, just
Okay.
probably not go on duty. Just be like, no, I'll start tomorrow.
Kato, what are you up to?
I'd probably volunteer for guard duty if it's.
Okay. Which side are you going to?
Let's just pick a die roll. And I'm pretty sure he wouldn't say, I want that one. I'm pretty sure he'd be told which one he goes to. So let's say.
Well, I would say that you could, like, the idea of what Miranda just said would be going up to people and saying, hey, like, we can help out to specific people. So that's why.
Because I don't know at all which one would be the proper one to take. So I'm just going to roll because you never
Okay.
know.
Um,
I will take according to this, the southwest tower.
the southwest.
Yes.
So I will nix that a little bit
Okay.
and say that it is natural that you would either take northwest or northeast by this plan.
All right.
Yep.
Like there's no reason to take that, right? Like the idea is for you to be watching that gate. Okay. There you go. Quinton.
Wherever we would have like established our like where we're gonna be sleeping tonight, he'll kind of loiter around in that area.
Miranda.
I'll go up with Kato.
Okay.
So he was up in this one. Is that right?
Yep. Yeah. So okay. So and then what is the plan?
I think maybe wait till, I don't know, should we wait till nightfall and then try to open the gate? And
In the gate, and we'll have that view, so no one will be able to see the gate open.
yeah.
Okay. So I don't want to hand wave this, but I also don't think there's much if I saved it. Like your efforts are successful, right? Like so you're able to get the gates open. You're able to signal to the army, who comes full force towards you. It does. This draconian does run over and signal, like sound the alarm, but it's too late. The gates are open. No one, you guys, like, I'm not going to go through a fight scene. That would be somewhat. You just had to wait basically a minute for these people to get to you. So you're able to hold them off to do that. And the militia is able to get in. And this is really like normally this would actually be quite a formidable fortress. But with the gates wide open, these 100-some people can run in. And so you're able to reclaim the fortress. You do learn that there's some prisoners who were held inside. One Kender and another of the Kalaman militia. We'll talk about them at the start of next session a little bit. But generally, there's a couple things that happened in all of this. One is the fortress you were able to get back. The second, though, is that the militia you just worked with has a lot more, not only street cred, but confidence in the fact that they were able to actually take back this fortress. And you're pretty sure when you left, no one thought, like, people mostly thought they were going to annoy the fortress, right? Not necessarily take it back. And so Raven has a significant amount of appreciation for you, and yeah, it's the atmosphere that evening is pretty jubilant, as there are some people in the army who and the militia, sorry, who it was the first time they ever scored a kill, first time they ever really feel like they amounted to anything, and so it's honestly, if you think of the people of Vogler, it's the first time they've ever had a win since everything started happening. And so yeah, it's pretty jubilant feeling. And so yeah, that's where we'll leave it with that. I wouldn't say it's a celebration, but it really is this idea that, wait, maybe we can actually make a difference here. And once again, I apologize that seemed a little anticlimactic. There was you had all the pieces in place. You had the gate. You had and I don't think I need to get. I will say that some of the Baz Draconians you had already dealt with, right? Like, and you saw them.
Right.
There were individuals who did escape, like who just left, who were in the fortress and left. So you didn't kill them all, but yeah. So, so sorry for condensing that end part. There wasn't, like I said, there wasn't enough to actually roll into battle, but there also wasn't enough to leave it till next week. So rather than tell another story. So with that, we're going to leave it for tonight, just because it's a little late for me. We appreciate everyone who stuck around and watched us. This is 20 Sides to Every Story. Please join us on our Discord channel if you haven't already, where we are active all hours a day, whether it's TTRPGs or console gaming or just art and general nonsense. So we will, unlike I lied last time this was on, we definitely will be back next week, and so we'll pick up basically right off from where we are right now, and it does get a little fast paced from here on. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon. So,
We'll hit a raid over to Insomnia Night or
sleepless nights, insomnia nights.
it has been a night of all of that.
Yeah.
Go sleep disorder.
Yeah.